Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 4/13/2025. Okay, if I had delusions of grandeur, they gone. I went karaoke singing last night. I've been really preparing. I try to sing about 4 or 5 songs every week. And the people who have watched me, that have seen me sing through the last few months, I enjoy singing for them because they know that I'm putting effort in. But there's only a couple of them, the people that work at the establishment. There's a couple of different places I sing that are actually within walking distance. So it was a weird night. It was really a whole day that was weird because karaoke has been one of the things that I really enjoyed doing. And so I'm going to try to do this without saying names of people. And if there are personal people that are watching this, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But I'm trying to keep it ambiguous. I really do want to talk about things like this, though, because this is the whole point of why I do these videos. So I'm getting into some pretty deep subjects, and I'm going to try to keep it as genuine and as my response to very weird situations. So anyways, the guy that hands the mic out, that is like the helper for the karaoke guy at the place that I work. All of this is very unorganized. I'm not even sure who's in charge. I don't even know how it came about. All I know is when I started going to that place to eat, I mentioned that I sang karaoke, and somebody said that they were going to start doing karaoke, and then they started doing karaoke, and it's really been kind of a really hokey pokey situation since. They're supposed to have it every other Saturday, and most of the time there's problems. There's been some really fun moments, but as an overall, it's been a difficult, challenging experience with the karaoke at the place that I go to. But I have been singing, and I do enjoy singing there. And so they also threw me a birthday party. So the whole thing has been very touching to me. But there is one guy that hands the mic around, and because I seem to be the only singer, we'd get some nights where more people get, but it seems to be that I'm the only consistent singer for the karaoke. He doesn't like handing me the mic. He doesn't like bringing it to me. He doesn't like my songs. He doesn't seem to like me. I don't know why. I think it's because he wants to hand the mic to other people, and he doesn't like the fact that I get to go up there and sing 5 or 6 songs. But it definitely seems like, for some reason, this dude don't like me. So this day starts with, he comes into my store that I work at and works with the coworker, one of them that I've just had friction with. And it just was so weird because I'm going to sing karaoke tonight. This guy comes in, and I stay out of the way. So I never got close enough to really confirm that it was him, but I was pretty sure. I was trying to avoid making eye contact, but I still wanted to see, is that guy? And so then I spend the whole day thinking about whether that was that guy. So then I come to karaoke, and sure enough, that was that guy. So I asked him, and he said, yeah, that was me. And I was like, huh. And he's like, did you work there? And I go, yeah, I did. I do. And it was just very strange. So then I was off put by the whole thing, went home. I just was checking to see, because apparently they have a whole setup now to where they're trying to have the karaoke work smooth, which I will say all night it went pretty darn smooth as far as the karaoke working. So I went home, got my stuff, came back. The guy is there, and I reapproach him because I really just wanted to make sure that I make amends on everything. And and I sold the furniture for my coworker basically, and was like, you should go buy that. It's a good deal. And tried to leave it at that because I wanted to make sure that it was left like that. And this guy doesn't even know that I don't think that he likes me. And he probably will find out, because I actually told my coworker, this is what I do now. When I see weird stuff like that, I'm just going to call it as I see it. So I actually approached my coworker after it all, and it's really hard to approach this coworker. And I came up and I was like, that guy I think was the guy that hands me the mic, and I literally told him, I only have women coworkers, so I told her I don't think the dude likes me, and I just thought the whole thing was strange. So anyway, so then I got to sing, and he's one of the only people at the bar, and the whole thing was uncomfortable. But I did sing all of my songs, and I enjoyed it, and I got good applause, and overall, everything was great. But my thing that I have in my life now is I can go where I want to go and do what I want to do. This is the freedom that I have in this world. And whether I know or not, I don't have to ask a bunch of questions. If I see things that don't align very well, somebody that's obviously not giving me very positive reaction in multiple situations, this guy don't like me. I don't have to discover why. I just don't have to be around somebody that doesn't like me. So I got the hell out of there because I don't like somebody that doesn't like me. I'll tell you that. I get that off my chest. All right. Because I walk around sometimes and I'm like being very nice and cordial. And I really should have just called a spade and said, I don't understand why you don't like me. What is it about me that you do not like? What is it that I'm doing that offends thee? But I don't really want to rock the boat that much because it's not that important to me. And there's a big world, big earth that we live on. Anyways, so let's get through all that. I take note of things like that. That's all I'm saying. I don't know that there's a connection, and there probably isn't. The Magic 8 Ball says highly unlikely, but it is worth taking note. Is it not? It makes me uneasy. Okay, so then, oh boy, now I get into something really deep. So I go to my other place that I sing, and 2 weeks ago, I talked a lot about it because there were a new group there singing that had what I say now is a Vietnamese girl, a skinny white girl, and there was a skinny white husband of the skinny white girl. And the Vietnamese girl, 2 weeks prior, was saying that she had a husband. So she was married. I didn't discover that until later in the evening, but she is very beautiful. She did Redemption Song by Bob Marley, and that was really artistic. And then the skinny white girl did 3 or 4 songs that were awesome. And then the Vietnamese girl, she's just very beautiful. She's got some talent, but she's definitely not the talent was the skinny white girl. I enjoyed watching her sing. She's married, by the way, but I can still enjoy watching singing. So anyways, when I left the place that I was at, that I'd already had kind of a weird experience, I'm like, I'm going to go sing where the other place is. And I walk in and it starts off great. They're both there. The skinny white husband guys are not there, which I really wish he would have been because that helps the dynamic of me not feeling like I'm trying to, not that I ever would, but it just helps the play of it. But I come in and I'm like, all right, well, this is going to be fun. I go to the bar and I sit there for a few. I get a Sprite. She goes outside to the back. My guy I've been playing darts with at the same establishment, if you haven't watched any of my videos, you don't know who any of these people are, but I had a dart league that I was playing in that I was terrible. And this guy basically went to war with me every week for 18 weeks playing darts, and we lost a lot. We finished middle of the pack, really. He's really good, and I really suck, and he carried me the whole way, and that had to have been hard. But he was really intoxicated. He'd had some drinking. And I saw him go back out there. So after a minute or two, I'm like, I'm going to go see what's going on. So I went out back and they're talking, and I walk in and I'm trying to be cool. And I'm like, I said something along the lines that he said, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you much here. And I go, I actually came to see her. I was just joking around. And she said something uncomfortable and then she left. And I go, did I say something to offend anybody? And he goes, you don't know? And I was like, what? And he goes, that's a dude. And I said, no. And he was really drunk. And he started talking about all the people that had told him that this is a dude and that he still was not convinced. But he was like, that's why he came back there, was to talk to her to figure this shit out, because he's really drunk now. And he's just like, there's no fucking way. But everybody's been telling him. And I didn't know any of that at that point. I just thought this was this drunk guy that's manifesting this shit. And I'm just like, listen. So I go back in. And so the owner of the bar, an older lady, sitting in front of me, and I'm sitting there talking for a while, and I'm still kind of playing around. She gets up and sings and sits back down, and I'm still kind of just thinking around of what's going on with this whole situation. And I'm like, this is not. And then it got to where it became confirmed. And she literally came behind and was talking to my dart guy. My dart guy's drunk, and I'm just sitting there. Everything's been pleasant. Everybody's accepting it. And the owner of the bar, I'm sitting there talking, and she's like, yeah, she says that she is transitioning, and she has a penis, and she's a guy, but she's from Vietnam, and all this. I don't want to get too personal about the whole thing, but, and then so she's standing behind me talking to my dart guy. My dart guy's so drunk, he's just like, oh, can I see it? Because he's still not convinced. He's just like, I want confirmation. And she's like, no, we're not doing that. But it was still all kind of playful. And he's still just wrecked. He goes outside. And I'm actually I'm just stunned. I'm usually not that taken aback by something. I just kept like, what was so funny is once it was like totally confirmed, he grabbed my hat off my head, the dark guy, and he crimpled it a little bit. And he was just in so much shock. And it felt endearing because he like came to me and was like, I can't believe it. and it ended up on the floor. And I'm like, man, you fucked my hat up, dude. That's all I got. It's my hat. It's like my cool thing. Everybody comments on my hat. This definitely has a big thing for me. I think it's the cougar or it's a puma. Whatever a puma is. Anyways, so it's confirmed she's a guy. And so she gets up and she starts singing like guy songs. There's a duet with another good singer that's in there. And they do the freaking Lady Gaga song with Bradley Cooper. And she does the male part in a male's voice because she's a male. It was really weird. It was enjoyable. She has a better voice as a girl, in my opinion. A better voice as a girl, or as like the middle sound, if you don't want to make it a gender. And she seems to be trying too hard as a boy when she's singing the boy voice. But that might be part of just what she's doing, overacting, I guess. It was just the whole thing was very strange. I couldn't believe it. I still was kind of stunned, but I kept staying there, and she's a man transitioning to be a woman. And apparently, I guess an operation's going to be done somewhere along. I didn't get into all that. All I can say is I'm glad I don't drink anymore. I'm so glad about that because my buddy or I guess he's my buddy. He's my buddy. He was just spun out. And I'm just sitting there going, I don't know what's going on here. So I did get to, but she's gorgeous. And it was good. It was entertaining. It's to each his own. Whatever. It does make me uneasy. Not because of repressed homosexual emotions. I don't really have that. It's because it makes me uneasy. For me, it's not the way. It doesn't make... So maybe for fun, but not for life. Like maybe for some things, for a time. But to like completely change, I choose where I want to be. So what I guess I'm saying is I just am so inquisitive. I would feel the obligation to ask more questions. And I'm not here to push against a guy wearing a skirt, hiding his boner, singing like a girl, and then dress like a man or dress with this deep man voice. He's a man. It's just... What I really think is weird is the forced woke, like acceptance compliance. Everybody's there, even the older lady, and I'm fine with it. Like that's the first lead. Everything's good. If she's happy, we're happy. All this kind of acceptance, which I'm totally fine with the acceptance. If it's genuine, but my buddy couldn't figure it out. He literally was like, I don't know if I'm gay or not. I don't understand this whole thing. It's just not for me. I don't think we should complicate already complicated things. For me, that's how it is. But I think it's all about functional versus non-functional and the ordering of chaos. But that's really where I come from everything, if I was going to get into it. That being said, love is not sex. I think that this whole sex thing is a real bad part of our society, and it hurts things a lot. And in situations like this, it's actually in play. That's the uncomfortability, is the thought of, what about sex? What about sex, baby? I can love the good. You know, she had a nice smile. I think you're supposed to say she. That's the best way for me to do it. I was in a big argument with one of my professors in a poetry class that was a very influential poetry class that I took in college right after 9/11, the summer of 9/11, or the September, I guess. So it was the summer after 9/11. So basically, I guess that's what it is. I guess for some reason I was thinking it was closer, but September 11th. So it was all the way into the summer. That's when I took this class. And it was very influential because one of the things that they were talking about was how the English language and the he, she, and all of that in the possession of it. But anyways, I guess we'll say she. She had a nice smile. She said the 2 weeks prior, when I didn't know that she was a man, she had explained that she had a husband. And so there was nothing there as far as any kind of impulse for that once that's established, regardless. And she seemed pleasant. And I enjoyed watching all of them sing. Everything was wonderful, really. It did change the dynamic, though. It could still be an elaborate plan. There's still potential that those two have manipulated this entire situation, but I don't think so. And why would anybody do that? So, and the skinny white girl seems pretty genuine, so I keep saying so. It was very weird. And I sat there and listened to her sing, and I sang my songs. Overall, though, I left the situation. I sang 2 songs, and I was kind of done for the rest, because you have to wait a long time to wait for each song, because in that place, there's several singers. There's like 9. So you got to wait through 9 or 10 songs before you get to sing again. So I didn't really feel like, after I sang my second song, I really didn't feel like waiting around for another hour to sing one more song. And I did enjoy singing, but I'd already sang 5 songs, so that's 7 songs. It just didn't seem like worth my time or effort to move forward. And I was afraid I might get tired and maybe ask the wrong questions. So I can sing in my house. And I was just, as an overall thing, like both places I have to sing karaoke at, they both kind of have like a weird thing going on with them. And so I may just scale down to 2 songs a week or every other week now and just really work on 2 songs and go in and get my 2 songs in and wherever I can, if I can, and just keep it to that. Because I got golf on the horizon anyways. Maybe 3 songs. I do like singing. I could really sing all night. You give me the mic. I did enjoy the Let My Love Open the Door song. I really feel like I sang that really well the second time, because I sang that 2 times. And I also sang 100 Years twice, and I like that song the second time as well. I sang Stuck in the Moment, U2, at the first place for the 3rd time I've sang it in public, and I really like that song. And I said earlier I dropped Use Somebody because it does seem kind of a desperate song. Where are we at? We're at 20 minutes. My life has been a very strange evolution. Work has been okay. I don't feel lost anymore. I know who I am. I know what I want. I have worked hard to become the man I am today. I am able, but I am also Cain. I am ready, but I'm also blue. Some might say purple, the color purple. My grandpa got a Purple Heart. I do have a thing for the purple thing. My mom's favorite color was purple. My daughter, she likes purple. Uh-oh. Dang it, I lost my rocks on there. I was trying to show that up. I should have moved the camera instead of the stupid. I didn't call it, you're not stupid. Oh man, I'm having problems. Well, technical difficulties. I'm fixing this all. This is all genuine stuff here. All right, I'm going to put this back. That was really dumb to pick up this whole thing. Candle went out. Should I go through the process of lighting the candle back? Yeah. No. Can I get it to go? I think I ruined the whole thing. Well, we've got some production problems here at New Day to Start. The heart's cool, though. That's kind of disappointing. So much for a flawless video. Okay. I'm not lost. We have been giving many gifts in our society. Any one of us, with the help of others, could do great things. Leaders of men. Women and children first. I'm uneasy because I want to ask genuine questions. That's why I was uneasy in the situation. I'm the kind of guy that you don't spread gossip around because I call bullshit. I may not say it out loud, but if you pay close attention to me, I ain't buying it. So don't try to sell it to me or around me. I'm not here to spoil your business either, though. I know thyself. Remove yourself when called. I'd actually love to pick it apart, really. The whole woke acceptance. I don't like it. The elephant in the room is, it's such a strange saying, elephant in the room. I guess what that means is it suffocates. What no one will say because of social shun. Collectively, the group as a whole, the dynamics. Things can change really fast. We have a social umbrella. I'm not here to get as many people behind my cause as I can. That does make sense. Use your voice to influence. What I've found is truth, love. You can sing love. You can dance love. I need to dance more for sure. And then I got into shock and awe. That shock! Shocking! Shocking is a way to jolt things into a particular direction. I think it's funny that during the Persian Gulf Wars, they had these names, these themes, these episodes. Shock and awe! It was called Shock and Awe. I'm telling you right now, with my last breath, this war thing, there's something fishy about it. Our history tied to wars and has all kinds of tomfoolery. All of these wars, including the 1990s, the 2000s. These wars, they are not natural. They are not the way. I don't even know. There's definitely things going on, but it is totally 1984. I'm serious. It's like totally the book 1984. Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Says the instigator, I implore my Abrahamic folk, my Bible bound, the story is left by those who were left to tell the story. The Holy Bible. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. My purpose every day is take each moment one by one and do the best you can. I've been stretching more than ever. I'm putting my legs up on the wall. I need to do more of that. It is a major focus of my day, though. I'm using my time to improve my body, and I am loving life. I really do. I love my body is unlocking. As my body gains power, I do feel a little disappointment. It's kind of like Spider-Man. I thought the Spider-Man that was done in the most recent franchise with the Marvel movies, he was probably my favorite character, and he's always really been my favorite character. So even in those movies, I think he was my favorite. I thought he was just phenomenal, and he actually is a very good young actor, in my opinion. From what I saw, I really resonated with it, and he did it justice because Spider-Man is really cool. But I like the whole Tony Stark part of it, where he's like, chill out, dude. He saw how powerful Spider-Man, probably more powerful than Tony is, definitely more powerful than Tony. You need like years, dude. You need some time. You're not ready for this. You're too good. You can't be out here being good all the time with all that power. You're going to get killed. Then Thanos came along, and Stark was like, well, you're young and inexperienced, but we're up against it. And you're the best we got. So I guess we're going to have to just deal with you being cocky. It's kind of like how money ruins sports, though. In the good old days, back when people played with heart, young players would sit in a team atmosphere. That was the big thing about sports, is it was a reflection of life. I like when people get very offended when you're offending sports to war. Like war isn't a game. It's just a game that we don't really have a choice in. Young players, though, in like atmospheres like war, or in atmospheres where you're playing in a game, they need to be held down to learn discipline. Why? Because it's the most important tool, self-tool, for your talent. But you have to make it into an organization where it flows that way. The more talent you have, the more discipline is needed. Otherwise, you're not contributing what your talent is to the team. Make sense? I do not like the make sense concession, because it's always with people leading you, and it's usually people that have the power in the situation. And they take you through these things, and you're like, yeah, makes sense. It's like the close. And when you concede to that, you're saying yes. But really, there was 7 steps ago that you really could have had contention, but you're not in a position to contend. So you just concede. That's what the concession is. So that's what I would say. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. That's the problem that we have, is that everything's about making dollars. And that's why young talent gets put out against the normality, the understanding of what is true, that a young, inexperienced person needs to be brought in a slow way so that they can gain the discipline needed. That is overwhelmed by greed. The best thing that we had, we give away. It felt good to be out of the rain. I'm singing my song. I think we're almost done. It's forced. I'm not here to run a concession stand. I had that tied together if I would have stayed on my pages. I don't want to be your manager. I don't want to be managed. I just want to follow the way with love. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? I haven't been kissed in a long time. Barney was purple. I'm pretty sure my grandpa got a Purple Heart. And then I went back into my purple thing with my Purple Heart and showed it. I do like having things like that. I got that Purple Heart at Goodwill. I guess I can bring it up again since everything's been thrown off of it. And you put a candle behind it, and then I put stuff over it, and I just kind of, it's intent. And I think Purple Heart, that's good. My newest thing that I've been doing is excellence. Oh man, I'm at 31 minutes. This is not an excellent video, but whatever. I did actually do this video twice before this, so I have rehearsed actually. I went through the whole video, and I'm trying not to make this personal, and I said a name on accident, and I went back and said I can't have that in there. I probably could have just bleeped it out, but instead I'm like, you know what? I'll just do the video again. I got time. And I thought maybe I'd do it better. So then I tried it again, and it train wrecked. So then the third time was a charm, which has not been great, but I need to get a charm too. I have some rocks that I like, and I have some jewelry I've been playing around with, but I don't know that I love wearing jewelry. It was funny. I put jewelry on last night, and I was walking to go sing, and I'm sitting there thinking in my head, if somebody saw me that doesn't know me, that knows me really well, and was like, what are you doing? You're wearing jewelry now? And I'm like, yeah, I've got jewelry. I don't know why. And I really was thinking about it. I'm like, does this even, do I want to do this? Is this going too far? But I do like it. I don't know. I'm playing around with it. I may not keep the jewelry, but I would like a charm. A charm having something that I can carry around. Is that where we're at? Anyways, Excellence is my new thing. I enjoy watching Excellence. So the Masters is on today, final rounds. I'm going to enjoy doing that. I like observing and being a witness to excellence. That's my name. Witness was my big theme of the last video, and then excellence is my big theme of this video. I like to witness excellence. So flip the coin of excellence. Heads or tails. Make a wish of destiny. The Tao is great. Do great. Be grateful. I have a little more, I think. Let's see. Come back here. Heads or tails, all follow the way, either way, because there is no direction other than north. We really should all go north at the same time. Just grab a compass and let's just start going. If we wanted to get to the bottom. I just wanted to end on that. I don't know why. Go to the core, baby.